Uh, Here we go. Um, I don't even know where to start. Oh gosh. Okay, scene change. When you see this stuff, when us as Americans see the news and it's like COVID put everyone in fear, and then people see the George Floyd stuff and it's like COVID never happened. It's like COVID just left. Where was all this when all the other people who were getting shot down by cops and falsely arrested and, and getting beaten by cops? Because now collectively the world living in fear, so I guess now we have to start caring about black people's rights. Is that how it's gonna go? Like, am I wrong here? Bro, people gotta figure it out. How are you gonna say all lives matter when people specifically created Black Lives Matter to make sure people understand that you have to treat everybody the same? Okay, I'm gonna tell you a little story so that we can understand what I'm trying to say in this video. I think it was sometime during high school when my boy picked me up to go to the gym, right? And you don't have to respond. I'm talking to you in the video. And my boy picked me up to go to the gym, right? I've told this story many times, but this is important for the video, so I'm gonna say it. Picked me up to go to the gym, pulls into my driveway, right? And he thought he was gonna make an illegal turn on my street. So he pulled into my neighbor's driveway. And then as soon as he pulled into my neighbor's driveway, a cop rolls right past. And so he just sits in the driveway, right? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's my neighbor. I live across the street. There shouldn't be a problem with this, right? Cop rolls past. He pulls out. We get going. Now, I see a cop on the side street we drive past. So I'm like, okay, something ain't right. We get like off my street. Not even a minute and a half later, we get pulled over by 3 cop cars. Now, in this moment, I'm like, okay. On the news, I've seen probably 4 to 5 black people gunned down for just being pulled over. And I'm in the passenger seat. So immediately, my hands go on the dashboard and I'm frozen. Not frozen like I can't speak, but frozen like I'm not going to move until these cops are gone. Do you see what I'm saying here? The fear that I'm going to get shot by a cop, that's just wrong. That can't be a thing with the people who the government and taxpayers pay to protect us. A situation like that for a teenager should never happen. Never. No matter how mature you think you are, that should never happen. You shouldn't be scared of cops, ever. Ever. So, that's a little example. You have to treat everybody the same. No one's different because of what they look like. You feel me? You feel me? Just because a person can communicate with a lot of different people from different cultures, with different languages even, doesn't mean that they don't know where they come from. Doesn't mean that they have to act a certain way to be a certain thing, to fit the mold that you want them to be. It's like, because people may have differing opinions or outlooks or views or come from different places, doesn't mean that they automatically dislike you. Like, what type of shit is that? What is that? I guess because I've been in so many different situations and settings that it's kind of like, I understand the viewpoints people argue about. So when I hear the chat that goes on in, let's say, politics, it's like half the crap they're saying is just to get a reaction out of their opponent so they can distract them from what they're actually saying and then pounce. That's all it is. You see what Trump does? This fool? He'll say anything to get a reaction out of people because he knows that once he gets that reaction, you got the upper hand. I'm not saying I like Trump. I hate Trump. I hate him. I think he's an idiot. But the man is good with money. And this is the time in America where we need people to be good with money. Because the economy went to freaking as soon as COVID hit. Now, on the other side of things, Trump ain't the guy to be chatting about racial injustice. But there's a song that came out whenever by Meek Mill and starts off with an intro from Trump. And this is coming from Meek Mill, who's been consistently screwed over by the justice system, I'd say the least. And it starts off saying, what do you have to lose? You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose? And yeah, he's chatting about us right here, but this is the state of America right now. That's why Meek Mill used the intro. It's kind of like for forever, it's been one side versus the other in the U.S. Rich, poor, black, white, however you want to say it. It's been war. And this is one of the first times, at least in our generation, that we have to deal with it together. And let me pause here. I think my generation, like, not all of us, but I think most of us kind of thought, like, when COVID hit, it was like, damn. Damn. Our generation is not saying it's so used to dealing with BS, because our generation have dealt with a lot more BS. But I know this one hit different. This one was like, we're the generation who's so used to seeing our friends whenever. Like, oh, I'm going to so-and-so's house. Boom, I'm there. Oh, I'm going to blah, blah, blah's house. Oh, boom, I'm there. This is the first time where you can't just pop out. Go see your boys. Go see your girls. It's like, nah, bro. Sit your ass at home. When our generation is so used to grind. Okay, this is where I'm going to relax with my friends, the people I care about. And you take that away, it's like, what do we do now? And people become closer with their families because if you're not home ever and you get not stuck at home, but you get kept at home, it's like, okay, now I have to reconnect with the people that I'm so used to just seeing a few times, going out, coming home, seeing a few times, going out, coming home. And it's hard because I know for me personally, I, like I've I'm not saying I've been on my own, that's not true, but I'm so used to like spending time with people for a certain amount of time and then just you gotta go. You gotta go. And when you're so used to leaving often, after a while, it's kind of like, I hope I see you again, but if I don't, it sucks. It sucks. I know I personally think about how other people feel versus how I feel. And I'll be like, yeah, I'll try and make it easier for you. Put the burden on me so I can deal with it. Because I know I'm good at dealing with stuff like that. Or as I was when I was younger. But now as I grow, it's kind of like you can't take on the burden by yourself because there's too many problems for you to take on the burden by yourself. And you have to lean on the people that have always been there for you. And leaning on people is something that I don't like to admit. I really don't. It's like, I guess the people I've listened to throughout my life have always said, don't show when you're upset, don't show when you're upset, don't show when you're tired, don't give them the satisfaction. So I'm like, okay, I won't show any of that. I won't show when I'm upset. I won't show when I'm tired. I won't show even, there was a point where I wouldn't even show when I was happy. It was like, I'm not giving you the satisfaction. I'm not. But the people that care about you, they want to see you happy. So it's kind of like, oh, damn. You gotta give them your raw emotions, even when they might not want to hear it, or they might not want to see it. You gotta give it to them, because it's to make them better, but it's also gonna make you better. Because I know when I ask my mom anything, I know I'm upset, but just talking to her makes me like, you know, I don't know, man. It's just, COVID has done a lot of bad, but it's also opened people's eyes and being like, we're all on this earth together. And if you don't do the right thing, especially like if we don't do the right thing as a world together
Why do you have to lose? You're living in
to
poverty.
battle this
Your
COVID,
schools are no good. You have no jobs.
who knows? How many lives is already taken? Like what? Half a mil? Or a mil?
What
I saw the
the
other
hell
day.
do you have to lose?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, half a mil,
Mama let me sip the 40. I was just a
give or
shorty.
take like
Then I
15.
started spitting garbage,
Okay.
and they said record me. I feel like this shit was
Like,
for me. This shit
yeah,
is
it
my
might not
story.
seem like the biggest chunk of close
Shoulda
to
the
8
Porsche,
billion
I got a
people.
Porsche, no take it back. I'm on
It
the block with the
seems
killers and hold my own, of
minuscule.
course. Yeah.
That's
I
what
see
people
my mom
say.
and dad separate, ain't talking divorce.
But
Said daddy was living by the fire,
that's
and he died by
lives.
the torch.
That's people's lives with families and people who care about it. So when people say, oh, the what's it called? The death rate is only like blah 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 percent. And it's like, yeah, but people are dying. You can't just say, oh, the percentage is low. So what? Like, people just have to learn how to think about the things that matter the most to them, which are other people who pick you up when you're down. Once you start caring about other people, even the people that you don't even know, like, once you care about those people and all people together, that's when the world starts vibing. That's when the world is like at its peak, at its height. Yeah, you're out to get your own, but you're not gonna stomp on anyone's throats on the way there. That was a lot. That was a whole lot. I don't know if I definitely posted this. I'm gonna edit this to the max though. This is gonna be crazy. Alright, 21 and a half minutes. That's pretty good for the first time back. Alright, well, off to make this a good video. Well, I think it's already a good video, but off to make it better.